Okay, guys, so now that we started seeing these eyes on every single map from like chapter 4, like absolutely everywhere, I think we need to explain stuff a little bit. So, many of you guys probably think that the eye thingy happened, um, it started with the chapter 4 of Piggy Book 2, and that is the safe place. But that is incorrect. The first eye that we saw was actually on a skin, on a Halloween event. I'll put it up on the screen. There were like 3 skins you have to unlock, like extra skins. And the one that is the most interesting one was the Mr. Stitchy skin. And in order to get the skin, you'll have to you have to go into the forest, like the forest map, Piggy Book One. Grab some candles that will appear in a certain spot around, like in a circle, and then you have to light them all up, and then you have to summon Mr. Stitchy, and after that you just have to bring it to the cave, and cha-ching, you get the skin. And you'll notice that Mr. Stitchy has his, I believe it was the left eye. He has his left eye the exact same eye as we saw in chapter 4, down all the way down there where the exit is. And after this Halloween event, I mean during the Halloween event actually, we started seeing these random notes. They were like, we call it Mr. Stitchy Notes. I'll put them up on the screen. I won't read them, but they're actually really interesting. And after that, we even saw Mr. Stitchy himself watching us throughout the game. We saw one in Piggy Book 1, Chapter 1, in Piggy Book 1, Chapter 5, and in Piggy Book 2, Chapter 1, the alleys. And it was quite interesting that, like, I mean, something big is coming, something's gonna happen with that dude, and we didn't know what it was. And then in Chapter 4, that was the first eye that we saw. But alongside that, we also saw it didn't happen in my gameplay, but Pony, when he got, I think, down there, but I'm not sure. He said, "The insolence watches." Huh? What did I just say? A strange voice just came into my head, but I don't remember what it told me. And that was like, that was really weird. Or he just said some random thing that some voice made him say, something he's controlled by something, and we didn't know what it was. I mean, we still don't know for sure, but like we can guess. Because as chapter 5 came, there was this note that says, light the beacon, summon it. And now we didn't know exactly what that means, but since we summoned Mr. Stitchy, we thought it relates to Mr. Stitchy or this cult that he's probably in. Now, if you look at the Alphys skin, it has almost the exact same eye. I mean, it's actually a similar eye as Mr. Stitchy. So I don't think he's actually infected. I think he's, well, I don't know how to explain this, but maybe it'll be easier to explain after you see this note on the chair in the same room where you hear these like noises like and something like that. It comes from the eye, and here it says on the chair, it says, "The insolence calls my name. I will stay down here even if the workers wish to flood it. I will devote myself to the eye." Well, now we can maybe understand this situation a little bit more. So this was obviously written by Alphys, and he got, well, let's just say he got insolenced. So there's this cult called the Insolence, and they worship the Eye of Insolence. That's the eye called. And Mr. Stitchy is probably the leader of that cult. And now the people follow it. But that's not the only thing. That's not it. Because alongside Alphys, we also got another like extra skin that was called Mari, and it was a mouse puppet. It was a wooden doll that you can see. You can control them. You can control her, and she has the. I'll put it up on the screen. She has the exact same eyes as Alphys. So if Alphys got insolenced, then I guess insolence brought something that's not living, like a puppet. brought it back to life, and is somebody's now controlling it. And I think it's Mr. Stitchy. I think Mr. Stitchy is the one controlling like Alphys and Mari. So the and then we of course saw like 2 or 3 eyes of insolence in chapter 5. We've seen a lot of them in chapter 6. People have seen it. I've seen only 1 or 2. But the thing is, you have the Coley skin, the koala skin in chapter 6. And on his left eye, it's like the green eye, the green eyeball. And it's like, it's like an infected eyeball. But on his right eye, you don't actually see an infected eyeball. You see an insolence eyeball. You actually see like the insolence eye there. And I think he's possessed by the insolence too, but is also infected. So now I don't know how that I don't know how that actually works. But I think there's something, and Mr. Stitchy is the leader, and they're all just worshipping this eye for some reason. I don't know what exactly happens, but and that thing just like controls the animal. I mean, I could say the person, but they're actual animals. It's an animal story, so I guess we can say it's the animals. And then I don't know, the eye of insolence make them do something weird. I don't know. They're like, I don't know. I don't know. Then in chapter 7, the port. We've also seen a few of those eyes, and they're actually clickable. You can literally click them, and they disappear. Now I clicked only 1 or 2 on the video, I think, but in reality, there's like 5 or 6 of these eyes, and when you click all of them, then you go to this door right over here on the screen, knock on it. A strange black creature will pop up and start chasing you out of nowhere. I don't know, just it's super duper weird, and I think that monster is a part of the insolence because that makes sense. I mean, the infected don't have these kind of monsters. I mean, there are the monsters, but after all, they're just animals. They're kind of infected. They're not that. This is not an animal. You see, this is not an animal. That's just a creature with no legs, a black dark creature with no legs that's crawling on the floor and chasing you all over the map, and then it just oofs you, as you can see on the screen. Now, what I think this actually is, let's just that's just my opinion. Like there's this cult, and for some reason it has possessed some of the animals, and Mr. Stitchy is the leader, and Mr. Stitchy makes them do things. I don't know. I guess bad things, because I mean, Alphys is kind of like a bad guy, and so is Colty. And I don't know, man. I just hope we can get this thing an explanation. I don't think it's still all very complicated, and we're not sure what exactly this whole thing is. But I guess we're gonna have to find out. We just have to keep on playing the game, and we'll find out soon, I guess. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!